Hello guys and welcome to another update video. Today is Thursday and you know what that means. The makers of Space Engineers, Keen Software House, have just released another update. Today is May 28th, 2015. Update 1.084 has just arrived, introducing DirectX11 and Station Rotation. In summary, on their forum, I'm reading this from their forum, the link will be in the description below. DirectX11 Renderer has been added to the game. It is available as an option in graphics settings, and players can choose between the old DX9 and the new DX11. The game has to be restarted after the change, meaning if you go into the menu, you change over to DirectX11, the game will need to be restarted before it loads any of the new textures. The main advantages of the DX11 or DirectX11 renderer are better game performance and visual look of models. The renderer is still in the early stages of development, so some bugs and visual issues may be present. If you find something like this, please report it to them so that way they can take a look at it and hopefully fix it for the next update. You can do this by clicking in the little report bug button on the bottom right of the main menu in Space Engineers. The DX11 renderer of the game uses physically based rendering, or PBR, which helps to achieve a more realistic look, especially for metallic surfaces. For modders, it means that they will have to create a new set of textures for DX11. Albedo, metalness, ambient occlusion, gloss, color change, emissive, and alpha masks. For existing models, it is possible to use our DX9 to DX11 texture converter, but in the future, we recommend making a PBR texture first, and then converting them to the last gen format. We will be slowly replacing our old placeholder models with our reworked assets. 5 updated blocks were released in this update 1.084. The beacon, gyroscope, warhead, projector, and spotlight. Keep in mind that pretty much all of the models have to be recreated from scratch, and it's a slow process. Therefore, it might be a while before the next updated model pack is released. Additionally, players will now have the option to rotate a static station by switching to rotating mode via pressing the B button. The station created in the station rotation mode will not allow blocks separated from it to be merged again. Keep in mind that when you're rotating your station, if you have pistons or rotors or locked landing gear or connectors, anything connected to it when you rotate it, most likely they will not stay attached and you're going to have to reattach them to it via a merge block or otherwise. So it's best to rotate a small station rather than a large station, but I'm going to go through and I'm going to check that out a little bit later with you guys and show you how to use that and what the best way to use it is. So you can see here there's some of the newer models that they've released. It's the large and the small blocks. So I'm going to show you guys those as well when I head into the game here in a little bit. The features of this update are the DirectX11 renderer, the station rotation, and reworked models and textures for the 5 blocks as mentioned before. They also included some fixes. They fixed the character shaking during cluster reorder. I'm not sure what that means, but I assume it has something to do with the rotation of your character when using a jetpack. They fixed the setting ragdoll world matrix. They fixed the client dying for no apparent reason. There goes all of our random deaths in the survival series. Alright, that's a good one to hear. Oh, and they've also included a DX11 modding guide. For any of you modders out there, they have a guide available to show you how to create DX11 textures or how to transfer your DX9 to DX11. So that way you can get your mods back out there and they're looking just as good as they always have. Welcome back. I'm in Space Engineers now, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how you switch from the old DX9 renderer to the new DX11 renderer. You go right down here to Options, click on Graphics, and up in the very top it says DX9 as your renderer. Just click on that, drop-down menu comes up, press on DX11. As soon as you click OK, the game is going to restart. So I will see you in a moment. Welcome back. I've restarted the game with the new DX11 renderer, and we're going to jump into a world just so we can take a look at some of the new blocks. Now, they said they redid 5 of the blocks, and those are the beacon, the gyroscope, the warhead, the projector, and the spotlight. But just looking at the back screen here, it looks as if it's a little bit brighter, and I don't know if that's just me, or if they did indeed rework the main screen intro. But you guys can check that one out for yourselves. It's not really a big feature of the game. It's just, it looks good. It looks a little bit brighter now. I'm not sure if that is the DX11, but it may be. Well, anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump into a new world. Alright guys, we're in the game, and right away you can see the skybox has changed. This is not a mod. This is the default skybox using the DirectX11 renderer. And I have to be honest, I like it a little bit better than before. That is really good looking. I don't know if it's just my computer or my crap graphics card, but you can see right there where we've got that dark black that turns into a green. I'm expecting stuff like that to be phased out, or me to have to update my graphics card, but we'll see in the future. It doesn't bother me that bad. You'd expect to see colors or something along that line in space. Nebulas and all that have different colors to them. So, we're going to create a new station really quick. There we go. And let's try and rotate this, shall we? There we are. Look at that, station rotation mode. So you can use the default keys to rotate the station in any direction. Ooh. Oh, okay. I've got this going in some weird ways now. But you can rotate this into any direction, and it works a lot like a ship when you're trying to rotate it and place it, which is effective because now in survival you could have a flat pad facing directly towards the sun and put solar panels on it and get the most efficiency out of them. Alright guys, and welcome to Space Engineers in DirectX11. I'm going to show you the new blocks in their new render. And is it me, or is the sun incredibly bright today? Everything is reflecting like mad. Of course, that's part of the new DirectX 11. They might tone it down as time goes on, but for now, it's probably going to stay a little bit shiny. So, ignore the glossy reflections of the sunlight and bask in the beauty of the new blocks. Not so much new blocks, but, well, new textures. So this is the gyroscope. As you can see, this is the gyroscope when it is off. They've changed it up. It doesn't look as bulky as it did before. All of the new blocks are, well, retextured, softer, smoother, and better looking. So over on the left, we've got the gyroscopes off, and here on the right, or in front of us now, we have the gyroscopes when they're on. And now we get to the spotlights. These have a lot of texture rework on them. I've noticed a lot on the sides and the front there, as you can see. They changed quite a bit the old model. But what they changed the most, and you'll see that in a second when you go blind. I'm kidding. You'll be fine. I hope. Let's just power this up and take a look anyway. Boom, look at that. It's... oh, I didn't hit anything, did I? No? Okay, I gave myself plenty of space. Yes, give myself plenty of space. So that is now super bright. That's all default, no settings changed, nothing. It's really bright. So spotlights are now spotlights, and they do what a spotlight should do. Illuminate everything. So here you have the beacon off, the beacon on. I'm not sure what this is. Might be it kind of looks like a lighthouse thing, but again, I'm not sure what it is. Might be glass. I don't know, but it looks good. I like it. I love the new models. It looks a lot better than that old one where it was just bulky and yellow lines everywhere. But yes, I love it. It's got that super soft glow to it. And look, you can even see the reflections in the glass over there. That is... Oh, DirectX11, I love you. Here we have the projector, and you can see with the sunlight on the right and the natural glowing yellow on the left, you can see the reflections in the metal and the other glossy. There we are, look at that. Look at that! You didn't see that all that well before, did you? No. So, Space Engineers now looks better than ever. So that is the projector when it's off, and this is the projector when it's on. Again, not much of a difference aside from that's green and that's red, but you can take a look at the base model and just see for yourself how good it is. I don't know what these things are sticking out the side here. I assume that if you touch those, they explode, so I'm not going to, because I don't want to explode today. Maybe we'll explode. We might explode. I don't know. But this is the warhead. They've reworked it. Looks a lot better. Actually looks a lot more deadly. I wouldn't want to touch that with a ship, to be honest. I wouldn't want to touch that with anything. And in fact, I wouldn't want this anywhere near anything. So, the models are essentially the same. I have them rotated here so you can see it. But here you can see that's where that one is, and then over there that's where that control panel is. So I mean, I rotated it just because I liked putting them in. I don't know, I feel a lot safer with explosives in creative mode. And they've also reworked the small ship variants. How about that? So here we've got the small ship gyroscope off, and then here, if I can get my speed set properly to coast slowly along, we've got the gyroscope, small ship gyroscope, when it's on. And here we have the spotlights. These are not on, by the way. They are default that bright when they're off. Strange. Small ship spotlights, and then we've got the small ship spotlights that I'm going to turn on for you guys. So let me just do that real quick, back up so I don't go blind myself. Boom, super bright. Those have a sort of off yellow, these are a sort of off white. Not sure what that is, but like I said, they're all default, didn't change any of the settings, none of the brightness. You can see the foggy light there, and it disappears when that goes off my screen. Weird. Might be a, I don't know. I like it, it helps. But yeah, they are super bright now, so good luck not blinding yourself when you're installing those. Here we have the small ship beacon, which has the glass stuff that the large ship beacon has. You can see the comparison there. Lots of detail, small, little detail. So, I mean, I like it. Like I said, the new models are all really good. There is one thing I've already noticed, and you'll see that here in a second. Boom. Yeah. It's got the, not sure what they call that, the big yellow thing, but it's the same one that's on the large one. I'm not sure if they're going to change that and make it so that way you've got a different one, like a smaller one for this. But, yeah, that's one thing I noticed. It's a little bit bigger than the object itself, and it shouldn't be that way, but I assume they'll get to that in the future. So here we are, we've got the small ship projector off, and the small ship projector on. And we've also got the small ship warheads. So as you can guess, I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, by the way, if you haven't noticed, take a look at my hotbar. You'll see 1, 2, and so on, all the way up to 9. What does that mean? Yes, you have a panel for every number on your keyboard. You can now have up to 9 different hotbars. How about that? So if you need 9 different hotbars full of 9 different things each, total of 90 things in your hotbar, there you go. You could have, I don't know, that opens up a whole lot of different possibilities. They added 5 hotbars to it. So if you feel like you need 9 hotbars, go right ahead and have 9 hotbars. If you do what I do and feel like you'd be okay with 2 or 3, stay with 2 or 3, because it's going to get confusing beyond that, but if you can work with it, then work with it. By all means, but if you know what I'm going to do just by looking at this, you're going to like this video a lot more than you already have. Kaboom! Look at that! New explosions! Something they didn't tell you about in the patch notes. Come on. Come on. There we go. So yes, they've reworked a whole bunch of stuff. Hey, look, there's still one over there. Let's kill it. There we go. And kaboom. So yeah, the explosions are no longer really laggy, they're just really big. And fiery. They appear to have reworked some of the damage effects. Or no, not really. No, that's about the same. Never mind. Okay, well, anyway, that's the update, guys. You can rotate station blocks. They've got the new DirectX11 out. They've got 5 new DirectX11 blocks. You've added 5 hotbars to your original hotbars, giving you a total space of 90 slots in your hotbar. And yeah, I mean, stay tuned, because next week is probably going to be a lot better than it is this week. If you want to check out the Keen Software House update video, you're welcome to do so. There will be a link to that in the description below. If you want to check out the dev blog by Keen Software House and read through it yourself, aside from what I did earlier, if you didn't enjoy that, you can go read it yourself. I don't care. That will be in the link the link to that will be in the description below. Thanks a whole lot for watching, guys, and as always, have yourselves a wonderful afternoon.